Good morning to one and all. The students today would like to discuss the superposition theorem as a part of first theorem introduced in your syllabus. Come to the statement of superposition theorem. The superposition theorem states that any linear network consists of two or more sources. The response in any element is equal to the algebraic sum of responses caused by individual sources acting alone. While the individual sources are acting alone, the other sources are non-operative. That means the voltage sources should be replaced by short circuit and the current sources are replaced by open circuit. Okay, that's what given here. The response, the current or voltage in linear network at any point due to multiple sources, that is either current or voltage sources, including linear dependent sources, can be calculated by summing the effect of each source considered separately. Okay, all other sources turned off are made inoperative. So inoperative means the voltage source should be replaced by short circuit, where the current source is replaced by open circuit. Because here we are replacing the voltage and current sources or with their internal impedances. The internal impedance of voltage source is 0 and the internal impedance of current source is infinite. So to have that 0 impedance and infinite impedance, so here we are replacing the voltage source with short circuit and the current source with open circuit. So here we'll consider an example to implement this superposition theorem. So find the current I in the network given using the superposition theorem. So here there are two sources. One is voltage source, another one is current source. Okay, and there are two resistances of 0.1 ohm and 0.3 ohm. So here we are going to find the current flowing through 0.1 ohm using superposition theorem. So here, as per the theorem, it states that the response in any element is equal to the algebraic sum of responses caused by individual sources. So for that, here there are two sources. So we have to activate each source at a time to calculate the response in that particular element considered. So in that aspect, so here we first activated the 0.5 amp source and we deactivated the 80 millivolt voltage source. So when 0.5 amp is acting alone, so here the 0.1 ohm and 0.3 ohm both are comes in parallel, where this 0.5 amp is dividing into two components flowing through 0.1 ohm and 0.3 ohm. So therefore, if you consider this is I1, so where actually the direction of current source is opposite to the load current, that's why here we'll get minus sign. So minus the total current into the branch which is parallelly sharing current along with 0.1 ohm is 0.3. So IT, total current IT into opposite branch resistance by the total resistance. So therefore 0.5 into 0.3 by 0.1 plus 0.3, which gives 0.15 by 0.4 minus 0.375 amperes. So here we have used the current division rule to calculate the current flowing through 0.1 ohm, by activating the first source, which is 0.5 amp current source. Now we have to activate the second source, that is 80 millivolt source, to calculate current flowing through the same 0.1 ohm. So here when we activate the voltage source, the other current source has to be replaced by an open circuit, because its internal impedance is infinite. So once we open this current source, the 0.1 ohm and 0.3 ohm, both are comes in series with 80 millivolts. So that here straight away we can find this seems to be a series circuit. So therefore, the total current flowing through the circuit, which is equal to current flowing through 1.1 ohm. So therefore, IT is equal to V by RT, where V is equal to 80 millivolts, 80 to 10 to the power of minus 3 by 0.1 plus 0.3, which is equal to 0.2 amps. Okay, so now in the second case, the current flowing through 0.1 ohm is plus 0.2 amp, plus 0.2 amp. And earlier case, the current is minus 0.375 amperes. Now, as per the superposition theorem, the response in any element is equal to the algebraic sum of responses caused by the individual sources are acting alone. Now we have calculated the response caused by each source 1 and source 2. Now we have to sum up these two. So the total current I is equal to I1 plus I2, where I1 is equal to minus 0.375 and I2 is equal to plus 0.2. So the resultant value is equal to minus 0.175. This is the total current flowing through 0.1 amp. So like this, you have to apply the superposition theorem for any given circuit. So now let us see another example to implement the superposition theorem. See, using superposition theorem, find the current Ix in the network given below. So here there are three sources, 120 amp source and 10 volt source and 40 amp source. And there are two resistances, 50 ohm and 150 ohm each. So here we need to find the current flowing through Ix. So here we have to activate 120 amp at once and 10 volts once and 40 amp once. And we need to calculate the current flowing through this branch, Ix1 plus Ix2 plus Ix3, so that we can get total Ix. So first we activated the 10 volt source. The other two sources are current sources. So therefore, they have to replace by their internal impedances, infinite impedance. That means both of them should be open circuited. So therefore, this circuit seems to be a series circuit again, where I1 is equal to V by RT, where V is 10 volts, RT is 150 plus 50. So therefore, 10 by 200 ohms, which is equal to 0.05 amp, 0.05 amps. This is I1. So in the second case, so activate the 40 amp current source. So here the 10 volt source should be replaced by its internal impedance of 0, that is short circuited, and other current source should be replaced by an open circuit. Here there is a 40 amp. So these 50 and 150 both are in parallel. So therefore, use current division rule to calculate the current flowing through 50. This Ix is the current flowing through 50. So therefore, I2 is equal to the total current IT is 40 into the other branch, which is commonly sharing current with 50, is 150. So 150 by 50 plus 150. So 40 into 150 by 200, the result is equal to 30 amp. So I2 is equal to 30 amps. So now go to third case. So another case, activate 120 amp source. And as usual, the voltage source should be replaced by short circuit, and other 40 amp source should be replaced by an open circuit. So again, these two, 50 and 150 comes in parallel. So use current division rule to calculate current flowing through 150 ohm now. So therefore here again, the I3, which is opposite to the source current. So therefore, you have to consider the minus sign. This minus indicates the direction of current. So therefore, total current IT 120 into 50 by 50 plus 150. So which is equal to minus 30 amps. 30 amperes. So therefore, now you have to add the 3 responses caused by 3 sources individually to have the total current. So therefore, Ix is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, where I1 is equal to 0.05 and plus 30 and minus 30. So therefore, the total current is equal to 0.05 amps. 0.05 amps. So in this way, we can implement the superposition theorem to calculate the response in any circuit if it consists of multiple sources. So if you consider the applications of superposition theorem, so the superposition theorem can be used to calculate or to check the linearity of the network or linearity of an element. So this is about the superposition theorem. So in this way, we can implement this Thevenin's theorem. So if you have any doubts, ask.